Good morning, my friends. I want to share something with you. This box here is something that's lived on the bookcase behind me where I keep all my at-hand crafting supplies. And it's something of a treasure box. Now, back before I was, quite a wee way before I was a member of the Junk Journal Studio's design team, this was the first kit of the Junk Journal Studio that I ever bought. Series of 5 kits, I believe it's 5, Summer Bounty. I cut it out. I don't think it's all cut out actually. I think somewhere along the way I kind of set it aside, got busy and forgot that I hadn't cut it all out. But the majority is cut out. And I've never, ever made anything with it. Can you believe that? That's why I call it this treasure box, because I've kept it like a treasure, or treasures. Pretty beautiful pieces that I fell in love with when I first saw them. And so I took several weeks to get all the kits because I had to spread it out over time to afford to get them, just because I literally had no income at the time. And I think, isn't it time we actually used these beauties? And it's been so long, my friends, that I can't even remember exactly what pieces are in this kit. So we've got, looks like labels and decorative bits in there. We have more labels, different size labels, and some round elements and some faux postage stamps by the look of it in there. We have words and phrases and such like, and some fussy cuts, and then we have packets. So we have, what's in here, tags and probably journal cards and other decorative bits. So you can see it's not all cut out. I have not cut it all out. Pockets and some whale tail tabs, whale tail style tabs. There's some other tabs in here, other labels, more fussy cuts, and then we've got some larger pieces. Like, isn't that beautiful? Envelope. That is so cool. I'm thinking that would be great in my bed journal when I finally get to do it. We have like a belly band or a tuck base, a couple of those, another big pocket. I've obviously chucked a lemon cut out from a magazine. I have no idea why that's in there. I'll rehome that. I was like, is that a tiny wee butterfly cut out? No, it's part of the pocket or envelope. Envelope, that's what that is. More fussy cuts, scraps also in the bottom here, and some baker's twine. Don't know where that came from or why it's in here. It seems quite random, but okay. So there's still some bits to cut out. So I might pull out those, and they really need to be finished cutting out, don't they? And those 2 pages, and I think the rest. And then in the bottom here, oh, is there something else? Yes, there's her. This is just offcuts of the cutting it out, so I'll just leave that in there for now, along with the baker's twine. Random, like literally it's been sitting in this tub for years, so obviously I've just seen it's a little bit of a ground to pop. Oh, that can go in there. Right, so no like definitive plan today, because I really couldn't remember what was in there. And the other thing is, I don't know what I've done with the papers, like the journal pages. I'm sure I would have printed them out, but I don't know where they are, so I don't have those with me to play with. But I do have my Colour Essentials kits, which I think will work beautifully with this Summer Bounty. So forgive me, Michelle, I'm going to mix and match with my own digitals, just because it's too cold in the office to go and print out the journal pages again, and I don't really want to print them again when I know, I'm pretty sure they're going to be somewhere around here. And they've been around here for a few years, so wherever they've ended up, I need to track them down. So we've got some random bits and pieces. Let's perhaps have a look at what's in the tags here. Reacquaint myself. Gorgeous rooster. So we've got like journal cards type bits. I'll put that in the journal card category. Strawberries. Oh, recipe. Easy strawberry jam. Yum yum. So let's do a little bit of a sort. So tags in one pile and journal card type bits and pieces in the other. Homemade apple pie, yum yum. There's another tag, beehive. See, again, these great for a bee journal. I need to perhaps use this as a base for my bee journal. That would be a brilliant idea. Honey cake, again, great for a bee journal. Tags, a postcard. Now that's a little one, but yes, it could be a journal card. Watermelon seeds. So pretty. Can you see why I fell in love with this? Now these are more decorative, so I'm going to take those out, and then we've got some whole bunch of mini tags and another larger one there, so pop those in there, and a even minier tag. I'm wondering if I've used the odd bit here and there, but certainly not made like a summer bounty project, I know that. More mini tags, journal card, a fun library card, love those. So just a bit of sorting first up. Oh, that's so beautiful, gorgeous. Another wee mini tag hiding in there. And this has got a lot of plaid with it, so actually would go really, really well with my Colour Essentials plaid papers. Now I do recognise that some people say plaid. I say plaid, so same thing, just different pronunciation. Cinnamon roasted butternut squash. That sounds quite yummy. Alright, I think they're all journal card type things there now. Yep. So we've got two piles, tags and journal cards. And then we've got our little bits of ephemera there, which, whoops, throw these around. I think would probably be better off in one of these. Oh, get these open because they haven't been opened for a long time. Yeah, so like I've got a square one there, which actually could be a journal card. So, you know, it's like which pile does it belong in? But I think we'll just leave those as they are for now. Okay, what do I want to work on? Oh my gosh, there's just so much goodness. Well, first off, I think I want to finish the bits and pieces that I've been making recently. So Trashcraft Tuesday, the tags that we started, where have I put them? I'm sure I kept them out. Oh, here they are. So I decorated one of these tags that I made in Trashcraft Tuesday, which was yesterday. And I think perhaps we finish these off. They could be belly bands or tags. I should have inked them, but I didn't. And I'm seeing if the odd spot here where I need to do. I hope the lighting's okay too. I've been not so happy with my lighting recently. And I was using the same lighting as I always use, but for some reason it just wasn't working as well, I felt. I don't know whether you noticed or whether it was bothering you. So I'm trying something a little bit different today. I've dropped one of the lights, as in I haven't turned it on, and I just feel like it's giving me a more even light. Let me know what you think, whether it's okay or whether you want that other light, which is the brightest of the ones that I have. I've left the ring light off, so if you want that extra additional light, let me know in the comments, because what I see and what you see might be different, you know. if you're watching it on your phone or however you watch videos, you know, you might see something different to what I'm seeing when I review it, when I edit the video. So yeah, just a bit of feedback would be really good, my friends, whether you prefer the way like yesterday's video was, or whether you prefer today's video in terms of lighting. That would be awesome. Now, I'm not going to ink the back at the moment because I'm not sure whether I'm going to turn them all into tags, belly bands, or half and half. So for these, we're going to need the ephemera bits, or the fussy cuts actually. So let's open this little tub, tip it out and see what we've got. So these are quite narrow, which does present an interesting little challenge. But look at this little pie, little cherry pie. That fits really nicely on there. Oh, there's a mason jar. Okay, that's going on one. Which one do I want? Not that it really matters. Maybe that one. There's a bit of apple blossom, is it? I haven't finished cutting it out, just to protect those fine bits, but I'm not feeling the apple blossom. Yes, that's mason jar smaller, but we're already using the larger one. Some roses. No, don't feel the roses today. Watering can's too big. Those roses too big. These roses, again, not completely cut out. I think I want to do another belly band because I really liked how the belly band turned out, so we could use something a bit wider. That one's too tall. That could be quite fun. That's a larger cream cake. It's probably a sponge. No, not feeling the watering can for today. Tomato. No, I'm not feeling the roses. I'm not feeling the flowers today. Don't know why. Or we could use the apples. Oh, that's kind of fun. I think I like the apples. So we'll do the apples on that one. That one's too tall. I could hang it over like I did yesterday, but I'm also not feeling like the hangover. Yeah, no, I haven't been drinking. Not feeling like hanging it over the edge today. Maybe a butterfly. So do we want to do two and two? That one's a bit tall, and so this one's probably a bit tall, a little bit. I think that one. Okay, and I do like the cherry pie. Interesting that I've only got, oh no, I do have the big version. I was like, yeah, I do. I thought I only had the small version. It's like, where's the other one gone? Have I used it? Have I actually used something previously? No, I don't think so. Right, so this one here and probably this one needs something else. Excuse me, Froggy is still at home in my throat, coming and going. I mean, with the Sjogren's, that's always going to be the case. I just think it's still a little bit of a hangover of the cold as well, just making it a little bit more longer lasting, I guess. So have a quick sip of my coffee. So I'm thinking a little label or something. Oh, I like this one. Oh, this one, oops, grabbed out two. And then something else as well, maybe another label. Both got numbers on. I don't know that I want both numbers. Perhaps I need the words. I can't believe that I have left it so long to actually use this, and yet I can completely understand why. It's just treasures that were too precious to use, apparently. Do I want something? Don't want carrot bunches because there's not a carrot in this picture, nor tomatoes. Hens and chicks. Bloom with grace, that's nice. I think I'd prefer it in a colour. What does this one say? When the flowers blossom, the bees will come. Again, would be good for a... No, green's not the right colour. There's also red. So this is more orangey red. So I'm not sure. We will find the right things, my friends. Never you worry. Herb garden. Quite like that. Okay. Now, do I want something in behind that? Let's try a bit of book page text. This is from a dictionary, I think. Perhaps a little bit thick in places. Okay, now I've covered my glue pages. Time to dig it back out. Okay, little bit of book page in behind. How's your week progressing? I hope it's a really fun one, a very creative one. Lots of time to get crafty in the best sense of the word. Right, gonna pop that right in the middle. Don't even need to ink around it because I don't think it would show up all that much on the dark colour. So we'll just pop that on straight as. In the middle-ish. And then I do want to ink the antenna of the butterfly. Just looking for a non-sticky section. Okay, just dull those down a little bit. And I think I'm going to use tacky glue on this. Sorry for the reach. Let's deal with the glue stick so it's not in my way. I do apologise for having to clear my throat so often. It's possibly more annoying for me than for you, but either way, it's not a fun thing to listen to, is it? No, it's not, Belinda. Right. Do I want it straight? I should have worked that out beforehand. No, let's put it coming over like that. So I'm covering most of the book page, but there's just little peaks of it, and that is perfectly fine by me. And then this, go there. This I will ink just to give it a little border. You may notice I don't have a band-aid on my thumb, and it's not because my thumbnail has grown to where I can trim it. I'm just sick of a band-aid interfering with how I feel things and touch things and pick things up, and the stickiness of the plaster residue. I don't like the feeling of it. So I'm very tentatively testing it out today to see whether I can avoid catching where the cut is. So we'll see. The band-aid might end up back on before the end of the day, We'll just see. I'm really enjoying not having it on my thumb. So annoying. Right. Just take care of my nose for a moment. So that one's done. So that one's going to be a belly band. Awesome. Okay, let's do this one that's in front of me. I was going to take one of the others. So this one's going to be a tag. I think I want to start by punching a hole, and I think I'll go slot punch on this one. Which way up? I'll just do this way. Doesn't really matter. Try and line it up evenly if I can. Good enough. Seems to be fairly straight. Oh, I've chosen the one that's had a bend in it, but oh well. It'll be fine. Doesn't affect its use. Just means it's got a slight bend in the length. It's not in the middle. I was going to say in the middle, but it's not in the middle. It's more towards the top. It'll be fine. Okay, so we've got our cute little cherry pie. Another sip of my coffee. Right, do I want more book page text? Let's try it. So going vertical this time. Maybe a little bit narrower. Like that. And needs a label, in my opinion, of some description. So it needs to be a vertical. So let's hunt for a vertical something or other. Although we could use a sideways. This is cute. So no, it's too big. It kind of outweighs the pie. Oh, this is cute. Some daisies. Which way up does it go? I think that way. Too similar in shape to the pie. Okay. That label? No, not quite right, I don't think. Oh, there's a diamond one. That's fun. But it's got a tomato on it, which doesn't really work with the cherry. No, again, too similar in shape to the pie. It's not making my eyes happy. A number? 23 cents for a slice of cherry pie. That sounds like a good deal to me. But I'm wondering about the size. Again, is fairly similar in size. So, I don't think the big one fit. Don't like the big one either. What about 14 cents? And that's too small. I'm struggling here, guys, to find something that's just hitting the right spot for me. There's some pansies. It's a similar shape, but different direction. No, we'll get the right thing, my friends. Don't panic. We will get. I could use one of these labels. I like that. Okay, we're making progress. Maybe then I need that little price. That makes more sense to me. Okay, right, let's start gluing and see what else we might need, if anything. So just a happy little decorating day, I guess. Finish off these pieces that I made. Oh, oh, oh. Can I get it up without ripping it? Yep. Gently, gently does it. Which is good. Trying to be a bit better about finishing things off. Still not doing that great at it, but I'm trying, and that's all one can hope for, is it, or ask, is to just keep trying. Now, I'm sick of gluey pages, so tacky glue to the rescue. So, funny story from this morning. I was in the shower, and I heard hubby talking to Snuggles. And Snuggles is our youngest cat. I think she's 9 years old now, so she's not a kitten. And I could hear him saying, "What have you done? Snuggles, look at me, what have you done?" And I was like, okay, she's up to mischief. What has she done? Do I want to ink these? No, I'm not going to ink these. So anyway, I got out of the shower and I walked in, got dressed in that and walked into the lounge and was like, "So what has Snuggles been up to?" And he said, "Take a look and have a look at the video on your phone." And he had videoed it. Unfortunately, it's not a video I can share because the focus goes in and out and it shows all the mess. Yep, it does. And it's also from too far away. And she had been in the tissue box, which she did a couple of weeks back. She ripped out several tissues. First time in her life attacking a tissue box. At 9 years old, if you please, she decides it's a thing. And she hasn't done it again since until this morning. And so she had just pulled one out, but it was shredded and it was stuck to her paw. So she's sitting there and he's asking her, "What have you done?" And she kind of just gracefully shakes off the bit that's stuck to her paw and puts her paws down and just like, "What do you mean? I have no idea. I'm just sitting in front of the fire." "What? I haven't done a what? What are you talking about, Daddy?" You know, you can just see it in her expression. She says, "I'm just sitting here. I haven't done a thing." "I don't know what you're talking about." Just butter wouldn't melt in her mouth as she pretends that she's not sitting on top of a shredded tissue. So funny. She's such a cute girl, but she's very mischievous and often naughty when it comes to her sister. She chased her sister out this morning again. But just the tissue and this expression on her face of, "I haven't done a thing." It's so funny. At 9 years old, she's come up with a new trick. Okay, do I want to do anything else? I am tempted. I don't know. Do I have white paint? Yes, I do. Just grab it out. It's probably covered in dust because it lives on the floor. Give it a wee shake. I want to do splatters. I don't know why. I just feel like it needs some splatters. So let's just go with it and try not to splatter paint on everything else. This might engage some protection from what's sitting on my desk, like the bits of ephemera we're working on and have done, and my bits. Move them to the side, make sure they're not going to be in danger. This is probably a really bad idea at this point in time. Oh, knocking something off. It's all right, it's just a lid. I was like, no, don't say I've tipped up a whole container of my bits and pieces onto the floor. But no. Oh, they're not stacking. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm just really wary that I could tip them all on the floor. And I don't want to pick up 1,000 pieces off the floor. I really don't. So let's just take a moment. Move them out of harm's way. Right. Okay. the lid and some water to water down the white paint. So I haven't got much water, but that will be plenty. Okay, give this another shake. It's been sitting for a long time, so it probably needs a good shake. Oh, there's some glitter on my paint palette here, which is just the lid off a yogurt bottle. Ooh, we've got crusties. Well, we don't need those. We just need a little bit of white paint. Oh, it's very thick. Yes, we're going to need the water. Right. Way too much paint for what I need. I had no idea of, or no intention of going in this direction. We're just playing today. Just playing. Oh, get the lid off. Right. We might have to find some other things to splatter so I don't waste the paint. And it's just acrylic house paint. It's nothing fancy. Just watering it down so it's flickable, splatterable. Just mix in that water. And I haven't got a glass of water or anything to rinse out my brush, so it'll just have to sit to the side until I'm finished. Right. Come on, splatter for me. Did I wipe off too much? Let's try again. There we go. Now we're up and running. And it's just going to kind of blend everything together as well. I haven't splattered for a long time. It feels good. Right, I'm going to move this whole thing so I can't use my glue pages again because I'm just putting that whole thing aside. Did I want to splatter the other one? I think this one I'm quite happy with as it is. Do I want to splatter? No, I'm going to leave it. We might splatter one of these others. So this is going to be a belly band as well. Oops. Don't want the apples upside down. Right. Let's go music maybe for this one. Is that going to be wide enough? Maybe not. Let's grab out a new piece, I think. Very fragile paper. Paddy McGinty's goat. That kind of seems like it would tie in nicely with a summer theme piece of ephemera. Right, we don't need it yet. So I'm actually seemingly using a big section of the text rather than the music notes. And now all the ladies who live in Killaloe are all wearing bustles like their mothers used to do. Then she went away from the village in disgrace. She came back with powder and painting on her face. I'm missing the ends, so I'm skipping the ends of the lines. "Oh, turn out the gas quick," they shouted out to Pat, "for though I'm your bride, sure I'm not worth looking at." Well, that's a bit sad. "He's eaten my banknote," said Mickey with the hump. They ran for the doctor. He bought a stomach pump. I feel like I'm missing a lot of the context in that, but funny. Probably didn't want me to recite a random bit of songline, but there we have it. Done. Never heard of that song before. Probably never will actually hear it sung. Right, I want my glue pages. Oh no. Oh no, what am I going to do? Because I do want to glue stick this. What else have I got? Can I use a bit of my gardening book? Let's just tear out this bit if I can. Oops, well, that's torn it. That'll get us over the line. Perfect. Now I don't know if I want to add too much else to the apples. I quite like the apples front and centre. Yep, and I might not tacky glue stick those as well. Put them up the right way for the text. Now that I've got text on there, I would prefer it to be up the right way. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. I could add a little something, maybe a word, or let's try it. Now we need to find, oh, fruit trees. What about fruit trees? Yep, just that. That's all I'm going to add. I don't know why I'm closing the containers again. Well, I'm not going to have to pick up 1,000 pieces, am I, if I drop it by accident? Right, I haven't inked around it, and I think that'll be fine. It's got a little fine black border around it. Oops, I'm sticky. Okay. Do I want to splatter? That is the question. I'm thinking yes. Am I being a splatter monster today? Right, down a little bit of brown paper here. Get some more paint on the old paintbrush. So it is an old paintbrush. It's a great one for the things like this though. Oh, I think it's dried out because I've got the fire going, so it's quite warm in here. Things are drying quite quickly. So a bit more water. Thing is, I don't want to hit it too hard and end up with, you know, oops, don't want it on that word so much. Don't want it to go everywhere, so I'm trying to be gentle. But you need a bit of pressure there to get the splatter to happen. Oops, maybe not. Don't really want big splatters like that on my nice red apple. We're just going to call that a shine spot. You know, it's shining in the light. Yeah, thing with splattering is you can't control it. It just goes wherever. Right. Can I carefully move this across to go with the other one, and they can sit there and dry. Now I've got paint on this, so I'm just going to sandwich it. Right. Okay, now we've got this tag. So I think right in the middle is where I want it. Let's do a vertical bit of music. Just going to get rid of this edge. Actually, I might save that edge for my grungy journal. It's probably a good idea. Still got some sticking plaster stickiness on my thumbnail. Making a big pile of scraps over to my side. Some that will be usable and some that will be binned. Okay. I also wasn't happy with the shadow from my little yogurt bottle that I use as a rubbish bin on my desk. So I've put it on the floor, which means it's a pain when I want to put something in the rubbish bottle. So I'm just like chucking them to the side now where I normally keep the bottle. So just a period of adjustment while I figure out if that's how I want things to be. Right, that there, but I'm wondering about a label just poking out underneath. I think these ones are all larger. There's a little round butterfly. Oh, I like that. Let's just use that. I was going to have something underneath, but I like the butterfly on top, so I'm just going to do that. And here comes the tacky glue. So what's the weather like at your place today? Today is a beautiful sunny morning, but it's very cold. And hubby said this morning that he was surprised there was no frost because he thought there would be. And I believe there would have been, except we had a breeze this morning. So I think we were saved from a frost by the breeze, because it's certainly cold enough for a frost. Really chilly this morning. I put my dressing gown on. I recently washed it because Kelly had given me cuddles and left some dirt and stuff on it. So I washed it and then hadn't worn it again for a couple of weeks. So all nice and clean. Put it on this morning. She came for cuddles this morning. What did she do? She left dirt on it again, but not dirt that could be brushed off this time. So I won't need to wash it again. But yeah, it was like, really, it's the first time I've put it on again since I last washed it, and straight away she's dirtying it. But it was all good. When it comes down to washing a bit of clothing or having cat cuddles, I know what wins in my book. It's what they make washing machines and detergent and stuff for. So we can get dirty with our feline friends or your doggy friends or whatever, horsey friends. Or whatever critter is your pet if you have pets. I think that's all that needs. I quite enjoy that, although I do think I'll put a topper in. Do I want a round or a slot? Questions. Let's have a wee think. I'm just going to do a quick wee ink around the back here. A little bit more ink, I think. That's better. Actually see where I've done now. Round. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which, does it? Don't make such a meal of a small decision. Right, so round it is. And something in it very carefully. I think this one's dry. This one is still wet. Some of those thicker drops will probably take a little longer to. Just a bit of that, I think. Bit of lace, so I'm not cutting it yet until I've threaded it through, and then I know I've got it the right length. If I can get in the loop there. Oh my goodness, probably making life hard for myself, but there we go. Just making sure I've got the other end, the shorter end in there. Give that a pull. Cool, and now I'll just trim off that excess. Yeah, these scissors don't seem to be that fussed on fabric. which is a bit sad. So I'm going to have to bring back my flower scissors and have them in the pottle as well. I was hoping to have the flower scissors over at the couch where I'm spending a lot of time, but I think I need them for the fabric, because my purple ones don't have a problem with fabric, and I don't want to dull these ones, which are really sharp for paper. I don't want to dull them for paper by using them on fabric when they don't like it. Okay, that is super cute. I love that. How are we going on time, guys? Oh gosh, I use up so much time seemingly doing not a lot. But we have done 4 pieces, so that's not nothing, is it? Okay, so the other thing I wanted to have a look at, I'm just going to set this aside again while that continues drying, is this other piece. Oh, now that I've covered it up, that I made 2 weeks ago, I think. Double pocket with a flip out. Now I have decorated this, but we've got a pocket here, and we've got a pocket here and a pocket here. So I thought, what if we work out some things to go in the pockets? So looking at these journal cards from the kit, so probably larger ones. Like that could be a bit wider. Is there anything a bit wider? This one maybe, or this one. Is it too wide? It does fit. This one's taller. Let's have a look at what else is. It's just on the cusp of being too wide, I think. Looking for something horizontal. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, just a little bit too tight. I think the postcard definitely too wide. Mushrooms. What about that one? No, too tight. We'll get there, guys. We'll get there. I think the recipe cards are all a bit too wide. Oh, what about this one? That one work? No. Oh dear. Well, perhaps we want to take a different tack. That's gonna, yeah, that's way too wide. This one does work. It's a little bit tight, so what I might do is just shave a little smidge off it. Which maybe just a little smidge off each end, just to keep it even and balanced. Because I like things to be easy to put in and out of pockets, otherwise I think it's off-putting. And because my pockets were not designed for these bits of ephemera, so that's why they're not fitting perfectly, because they're from 2 different projects. That is perfect. Right, so this is only on copy paper. Excuse me. Just going to use a part of this newsprint pad to back it with. Do double glue method. So hopefully we can fill these pockets before the end of the video. I know I don't have a lot of time, and I probably spent more time than I realized in looking through that pile of journal card, postcard pieces. So we may not get them all done, but we will see what happens. Round we go with the glue. Oops, finger stuck to it. Swirl, swirl. And okay, that, and I think I quite like this one in the top pocket, so we'll go ahead and back that one as well. Wind up the glue. I'm very, very excited, my friends. I have this drawing program on my laptop, and I've been trying to use it with a mouse, which is very clumsy, very imprecise, very awkward. It's quite unnatural to draw with a mouse. Like, I can do it, but it doesn't give me the results that I want. And I was yesterday received a gift from my father-in-law, a cash gift, into my bank account, which was amazing, unexpected. Such a blessing that enabled me to pay off the rest of my laptop. Like, hubby had paid for it, but I was still paying back out of my own money so that it was truly mine, like I'd achieved it. So it enabled me to pay off the rest of the laptop, which meant that the money that I had, which I was saving to do that with, I could buy myself a Wacom tablet. So it's a drawing tablet where you draw on the tablet and it goes into the program. So it's very natural. It's like using a pen or a pencil. And I'm so excited. And it's brand new, but a year or less old, but it's never been opened. And it's the one I wanted, and I got it cheaper. And I pick it up on Friday from Christchurch, and I'm really excited. I can't wait, because I've been super frustrated. Every now and then I'll go into this program and try with the mouse and just get really just frustrated. Like, I'm trying to do something and it's just not giving me the results I want, because I can't get the fine, precise control with the mouse. So very excited for that. It's like, I wish I had it now, but I've got to wait, pick it up Friday. So very, very excited. So such a blessing, from unexpected blessing, because they've given me my birthday money early, and that came in earlier, late last week, I think, or earlier this week. And so, you know, it's like, wow, they've already given me my birthday money early in case my mother-in-law is not around, because she normally takes care of that. And she's done that with all the birthdays for the rest of the year. She's given it all out early. So, like, to then get another even larger gift just because he wanted to support what I'm doing was just, oh my gosh, so amazing. I can't tell you guys how amazing it felt. It was just like, because I heard hubby on the phone saying, and I could hear him telling hubby, don't forget to put the money into Belinda's account. And I was like, what? What's he talking about? It's like, yeah, because he's just joined Facebook, and so he'd seen my post on Facebook from earlier in the year where I was saying I'm trying to sell some journals to fundraise to buy a laptop, and so he just decided to give me some money. Amazing, really amazing, guys. I am truly blessed, and not just because somebody gave me money, but just what that means in terms of somebody caring about me, caring about what I'm doing. You know, that's what it speaks about. It's not just that I've got money and I can get something fancy. No, it's about somebody caring, somebody loving me to do that. And I know a number of you guys do the same thing. Like, you show your love and care for me in ways that just blow me out of the water. You know, and I'm not talking necessarily financial. Although there's a number of you that do support me financially, which is just still blows my mind. But yeah, anyway, not to get all soppy and everything, but yeah, I do feel the love, my friends. I do feel the love. And particularly, you know, going through this time, you're also supportive in what we're walking through at the moment. So hubby is going up to see his mum and dad tonight. I'm not going with him. He's just going to go straight from work. So he won't be home until probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So it's going to be a very late dinner tonight. And he's just sorting out the financial paperwork for doing their power of attorney. And, you know, spending time with his mum, because we do sense that our time is very, very limited now, more limited than what we would have thought even 2 weeks ago. So it's really, you know, just wanting, and I could have gone with him if I wanted to, but I thought, no, he needs some time, just himself, you know, himself with his, particularly with his mum. I think that's very precious, and that's something I can do for him, is give him that time where he's, you know, not considering anybody else, or conversations not split between him and somebody else, that he can just have time with his mum. Right, I won't take the time to distress around the back. Just remind me, guys, you are my backup reminder to distress the back of that one, because I just realized I'm taking too much time doing that when I don't need to. Now, do I want to add anything to these? We are almost out of time, but how about just something really simple, particularly on this one, because this other one already has words, but maybe a word or something. Many things grow in the garden. Do I want something larger? No, that's like no, not that big, not on this. Just looking to see if there's something a little larger, or whether we want a colour. Stand tall and find the sunlight. I think I like this better. Okay, let's just go with it. Haven't got time to fuss. Let's give it a little ink around. So the reminder system is working well. So after I asked people to remind me to set my backup phone on Do Not Disturb, Lisa, thank you so much. That reminder came in perfect timing, and I was able to action on your reminder because I had forgotten. Oh yes. And then Selena, you were also another one who reminded me, so thank you too as well. So my two Australian friends, or two of my Australian friends, you were onto it, guys. You were just awesome. So thank you very much for reminding me. Right, it's curly, it'll flatten out. And I think that's as simple as it needs to be. Whoops, that goes in this one, doesn't it? That's why I'm struggling, because it's not made to fit that back pocket. Okay, and then this one. Now this one, I think, doesn't need anything. I'm just going to go with it as is. So we've got two journal cards there, and then on this side, we're out of time. I will choose another bit of ephemera to go in this pocket. And again, it needs to go sideways, so I need a bit of time to work out what's going to fit. So thank you for joining me, guys. I'll bring back these pieces that we did. So I think this is dry now. So we've got a sideways belly band with an extra shine on the apple. We have this tag, which I need to put a topper in, but I can do that anytime. And then we've got this sideways belly band. I love those. I think they're cool. And this tag. So using Summer Bounty from the Junk Journal Studio, and my goodness, it's about time I used these beautiful bits and pieces, don't you think? Have a great day, my friends. Take care, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.